final part on the 3-part series on the most common and costly mistakes that age you rapidly and prematurely. And this time we're going a bit deeper. These are the quiet, everyday choices that may seem harmless, even responsible, but they're quietly working against you. We'll cover that minimalist or really great skincare routine that's probably full of peptides and growth factors and actives, all these things, but is secretly aging you because it's introducing all of these toxins and hormonal disruptors underneath and behind the scenes. We're going to discuss that really hot morning shower or sauna that's relaxing you or refreshing you but secretly damaging your skin, or that decision to wait on hormonal testing until menopause. I'll deal with it when it comes. We'll also touch on that notion that supplements are just expensive urine, and that somehow you can get all of your nutrients from your diet. That's far from being true. A lot of our food now is depleted of nutrients. These may seem like surface level mistakes, but they're secretly undermining your longevity and the health of your skin. So let's get into it. But before that, if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Nadia Van Shakroon, your guide to better skin naturally. I spent 28 years in the beauty industry in so many different functions, got tired of the fluff and the marketing, and I created the beautydoctrine.com and functional beauty principles, the real methods that can help you reverse that aging and prevent it, preferably naturally without intervention. Number one mistake, skipping supplements because you eat healthy. I hear this all the time. I eat clean, so I don't need supplements. You can eat all the right foods, but still be deficient. Why? Because our food today is grown in depleted soils. Our stress levels are higher, and our ability to absorb nutrients declines with age. Let's talk numbers. Let's take magnesium, for example. It's essential for over 800 enzymatic functions in the body. Super important, and yet more than 50% of Americans are deficient. Over 40% of adults in the US are deficient in vitamin D, rising to 60% in people over 65 and 80% in people with darker skin. Vitamin D is essential for immunity, collagen production, and hormonal balance. Here's an even scarier number. Over 95% of Americans do not consume adequate EPA and DHA from food sources. That's your omega-3 fatty acids. They're essential. Your brain cannot function without omegas, your skin cannot function without them, and your inflammation is very high without those omegas. So you cannot be skipping them, and yet nearly all of us are deficient. And that is attributed to the really high intake of omega-6. So when you eat out, consume packaged foods, or cook with seed oils, you're increasing your inflammation in the body. You're lessening your ability to repair photo damage. Believe it or not, if you have a high level of omega-6, you're out in the sun, you are getting hyperpigmentation. And so the issues are endless. So it's so important to increase. We're supposed to have a lot more omega-3 in our system than omega-6, but the opposite is true for nearly all of us. Nearly 12% of the population is deficient in zinc, and zinc is essential for healing. And so if you're dealing with any acne, inflammatory condition, immune condition, or dealing with any immune disease, do you have enough zinc? That is the first place I would look. So stop thinking of supplements as extra. Supplements today are essential to health. If you want a deep dive into supplements, just comment health and I can send you my supplement guide. Mistake number 2 is waiting to get your hormones tested until it's too late. I was one of them. I had my very first hormonal test last year. Thankfully, I'm due for a follow-up this year. But if I didn't do that, I would not feel as great as I'm doing today. I was extremely deficient in vitamin D. I started taking DHEA. I started using Balance Cream, which is a progesterone cream, and I feel amazing. That one test, it was $99, made a huge difference in my energy, my balance, how I feel, and I'm sure in my hormones. So I'm due for my follow-up and I cannot wait to see my levels. I'll add some recommendations to companies that you can use remotely for your hormone test. I was just sent a kit. I use it at home. It was so simple and yet so impactful on my health. Most of us today have hormonal dysregulation because of our toxic environment, stress, and so on. And also, as women, we get that sneaky hormone decline, and then we think it just came out of nowhere once we start experiencing symptoms. And trust me, they're no fun. I wish somebody told me this. Get your baseline levels done or measured in your 30s so you know what to work towards in your 40s and 50s. Work with a good functional medicine practitioner to know exactly your progesterone, your estrogen, your testosterone, DHEA, vitamin D, cortisol, thyroid. Look at all of your hormones. Don't guess, don't wait. Your skin is heavily impacted by your hormones and of course your entire body. This is the final part of my series on the common but costly mistakes that women make that cause premature aging, so they age much faster than they should. Mistake number 3 is assuming that conventional skincare, the one you buy at these luxurious department stores, is actually safe. They are pretty formulas in pretty packaging that smell good, feel good, but all of that made with ugly ingredients. If you're still using products with fragrance, parabens, PEGs, dermatologist approved creams from the drugstore, it's time for a reality check. The industry does not regulate long-term safety. Period. And dermatologists offer you quick band-aid solutions. They never look at the root causes. They're not trained to do so. Most mainstream brands are filled with endocrine disruptors, formaldehyde releasers, microplastics, and carcinogen. And if your skin is inflamed, reactive, or aging rapidly, even though you're using all these fancy creams, those creams are the first place to look. What to do instead? Switch to functional beauty products that are compatible with your biology, that work with you, not against you. So no fragrance, no toxins, no hormonal disruptors, no carcinogens, no essential oils, hidden toxins, formaldehyde releasers. I have so many resources that I created for you on thebeautydoctrine.com. I also curated a collection of products that I vetted myself to be free of all of these things, at least the ones we know. So make use of those resources. Mistake number 4 is overheating the skin. Most of us are guilty. I love sauna use. Sauna has been shown to be one of the healthiest things you can do ever. There was actually a 21-year study that showed that regular sauna use can literally extend your life. But here's the catch. Sauna is phenomenal to increase your core body temperature, which helps your immunity, it helps you detoxify, sweat, burn calories, and so much more. The one bad thing is the exposure to heat. That excessive heat day in and day out on the face can cause that laxity in your skin. It can also trigger pigmentation. In fact, I actually have a sauna in the building where I live. I walked in, I was there for about 15-20 minutes. I walked out with an age spot. I still will continue to use sauna, but in a blanket. That is the safest way I found to still take advantage of all the benefits for the sauna for my body while preserving the face. It's not just the sauna, it's those hot showers, steam facials, being in the kitchen every day really close to heat, so try to remove yourself from heat sources in general. And of course, the obvious one is the sun. Being in direct sunlight for prolonged periods of time. So if it's summertime, you're on vacation, take breaks, go indoors every hour or so. And of course, protect your face properly with sunscreen and hat. Heat has its place, but chronic heat exposure contributes to skin degradation. Mistake number 5 is thinking that detox is optional. It's not. Your skin is your largest detox organ. And when your liver, lymph, or gut are sluggish, your skin becomes the backup. So your skin is always a mirror of what's happening on the inside. What that means is dullness, breakouts, redness, and sensitivity. But most people don't support their detox pathways daily. They wait for that long fast or juice fast or cleanse. Meanwhile, toxins are building up in your tissues, impairing mitochondrial function and aging you faster. So here's what you should incorporate into your daily routine. Some type of massage, do a body gua sha, do lymphatic drainage. You can do a copper body brush. I'll link up a lot of these down below. You don't have to do all of them, but do some. Just pick one that works works for you and do it. Take green powders on the daily, dandelion, spirulina, chlorella, even just green salads. I look forward to having my green salad every single day. I'll do sprouts, I'll do arugula, so there is something green as part of my diet every single day. The days that I don't get to have, which are rare, let's say I'm traveling or I just somehow ran out of groceries and didn't make it to the store, I will have my green supplements. I make sure that I have green supplements on hand at all times. Drink clean filtered water with electrolytes, and you got to sweat. You have to sweat. It's not an option. So if you don't get to sweat via exercise, try a sauna blanket. And of course, none of this will work optimally if you don't drink enough water. I created a video dedicated to hydration alone, so please watch that because it's eye-opening and teaches you how to hydrate properly. And trust me, it's not drinking liters upon liters of water every day. So I know that these tips don't make flashy headlines or sell creams every day, and that's why you don't hear about them every day, but truly they are at the root of why you age. So don't ignore them, integrate them, correct them in your daily routine, and give your skin the internal alignment and support it deserves. And this concludes this mini series, but truly it's just the beginning. There's so much more great content coming. So make sure to subscribe and share this video with someone you care about. Until the next one, be well, be safe, be beautiful. Take care.